It is time to take a look at some of the week's stories that impact branding and brands. Branding expert and host of the Chatter That Matters podcast, Tony Chapman, friend of the show, joining us live in the studio. Good to see you, Tony.
Always a pleasure.
Tony, we've talked about the power of Taylor Swift before, but this new album, The Life of the Showgirl, biggest numbers in charting history, streaming records kind of like daily.
Yeah.
A lot of criticism online about this, though, but her brand, it perseveres, it continues, it's almost impervious to criticism.
Yeah, I mean, I think controversy is a good thing because it puts you front and center. And what happens is the Swifties defend you and even make a bigger statement by saying, we're going to purchase the album, we're going to stream it. Billboard top 12 songs are from her album.
Wow.
It's a
Over
12-song album.
a million vinyls sold.
Yeah.
This woman understands content has no dead ends. She's got CDs out. She's got limited edition vinyl. She's got a movie. I mean, she says, wherever you want to watch and consume my content, it's there for you. So critics, go for it, because the more you put fuel on the fire, the more the fire roars in our favor. She is a brilliant marketer. She's obviously got extraordinary talent.
Yeah.
History will study what she's done, much like they studied how the Beatles and Epstein, the promoter behind her, even Colonel Sam with Elvis, they'll look at this and say, this is somebody that captured the moment.
Yeah, and truly has so much endless energy. I don't know how she does it.
She's just
It's
consumed
incredible.
by it. But I mean, most creative geniuses also understand that they have to amplify their content.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything quite like this.
It's pretty remarkable.
I am a fan of her album. So many great songs on it. Okay, turning to this, Tony, earlier on the show, we had Professor Ian Lee from the Sprott School of Business come on our show talking about, the recent decision by Stellantis to move vehicle production from Brampton to Illinois, saying really that it's kind of the end of the auto line assembly here in Canada. We'll still have parts and everything, but putting cars together, it's kind of not happening in Canada anymore. So do you think our auto industry can turn things around in that space? What's the future
Well,
look like?
the hard answer is no, but Trump said 4 words that everybody seems to ignore. Canada is our competitor.
Yeah.
Now, how we used to compete? A weak dollar. We were our competitive advantage wasn't by productivity. It wasn't about producing things faster and better than the Americans. It was we had an inexpensive dollar.
Yeah.
Put a tariff in there, it negates that advantage. And what happens? The productivity, Americans, and this is something Canada has to come to terms with. The last 10 years, the gap, they're faster and better, argue is equal, if not better quality than Canadians. We're in trouble when it comes to saying, can we be competitive if our currency is no longer our lever? And that's what they're doing. And so the reality is the automotive industry, anything that America says, I can take that market share, that's low-hanging fruit. Yeah. Put a tariff on, I'll take those jobs and bring them to Canada. That's Trump's motive, and we've got to wake up to it. We've got to unleash our small business economy, and enough of handing out $10 billion to these multinationals. Big ribbon ceremony, and what happens at the end? They walk away, turn their back on us, and we're sitting there going, where do those tax dollars go? And that's the issue we're dealing with. So we really got to unleash made in Canada creativity and ingenuity.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it was interesting that, the professor also mentioned, the fact that, in Australia, they lost their auto industry about 10 years ago, but their actually GDP has gone up since then. So it's not to say that there's no resiliency.
Tourism,
Canada,
agriculture,
exactly.
content.
You've been preaching this for months now.
Content creativity. I'd say to CBC, you got 2 years to start producing and monetizing content and marketing it around the world.
Yeah.
Like Canada, go and start competing as opposed to going, please, here's $13 billion, set up a branch plant here. And we have no leverage. People are going to always focus where they head office. And obviously, Trump's brilliant in his way of saying we want it all. And Canada is low-hanging fruit to him. He wants us to be the 51st state. So if we don't start creating our own destiny, guess what? We're going to be negotiating from almost a pact of surrender as opposed to what we should be doing, one of the great economies.
Definitely don't want that.
I got a little carried away on that.
No, unfortunately, Tony, we're out of time. Trump wants it all, but hey, the Blue Jays want it all too, and we can get behind that. So we'll talk about hopefully the Dove campaign
I'd love to.
on a later date, because that's
Zulu,
really important.
Canadian agency again.
We'll get into that for sure. Tony,
Okay,
appreciate
thank
the
you,
time this
Tony.
week. We'll see you back next week.